Well, we're going to talk about the Logan fire today on the Payette National Forest. We're sitting at 15,600 acres, give or take a little bit. We're going to zoom in here, and then we're going to show you a little bit of IR imagery. So our days are a little bit numbered here because we're getting the fire well under control, and we're going to turn this over to a smaller organization as the weather comes in. All this red out here is all uncontrolled fire edge, and then all the black is what we call controlled fire perimeter. So all around here, around Edwardsburg, we have a good controlled fire edge. That doesn't mean there's not heat in here. What that means is we are really confident the fire is not going to cross that line. So we still might see some smoke in and around there, but we're really confident that's going to hold. So Edwardsburg is right here with the bulk of the structures in here. They're all in really good shape and more or less out of harm's way. We do have a few structures up here. We got a little bit of fire activity last night up here in Smith Creek, which we'll show you the IR of, as well as in Logan Creek. So there's two structures here. And the upper structure, which has been labeled as structure 1, had a little bit of fire hook around here. We took some action with helicopters and engines and some hand crews, and they were able to really kind of squash that quite a bit.
That's not bad.
Yeah. The weather has tempered, so we have a higher RH, and we have crews up there checking it right now, and it's really still sitting in good shape. And as weather comes in, we're confident that it's going to really put that to bed. We will still have engines and a hand crew in there for the next few days coming. We're going to keep a few of the resources in there, although a lot of them are coming out. We don't want them to get snowed in. So right now we're going to show you the IR. So we're going to move over to that, and then I'll kind of explain what this means. So this image basically is the outer perimeter of the fire. The yellow is more recent fire activity, with the orange being the most recent. So we'll go up north of Smith Creek. A lot of people have been curious about the Werdendorf mine property. So I'm going to zoom into that where you can see that in relation to the fire. So that's the center of the Werdendorf fire, or Werdendorf mine, and the fire is uphill from that. So in order for the fire to get there, we'd have to back down slowly, which is actually good, and there's not a lot of fuels above it that are real dense. So the fire is fairly close, probably a half mile to a third of a mile from our estimations, but it's not at the head of the fire. We're now going to go south to that structure number 1, where the fire hooked around it, and there's a lot of good defensible space around that. And as we look at that, basically the fire's kind of come a little bit to the south, but it's slowed down quite a bit, and there's a little bit of a spot fire in there, and that's the humidities have raised, and that hasn't grown nearly much. So there's also a creek, so we're feeling really confident that that structure's in good shape. So as we transition out, again, we'll have fewer resources, but we'll feel really good about that transition with those resources having the tools they need to basically put this to bed as we go into a winter climate.